Okay, so I'm just waiting for some people to come in here. My connection probably is crappy as usual, but let's hope that it's not. I'm just waiting for people to pop up. What is this? What is this? How do I do this? Hmm. Let me see one person in here. I'm just hoping that this is working, but I'm not sure if it is. So, one person that's in here, if you can let me know if you can hear me, that'd be great. Hey, Misty. Can you hear me all right? Is it good? My connection all right? Perfect, perfect. Hey, 7-7. Hey, Misty. Hey, guys. Just waiting for some people to pop up. It's Saturday night, and it's a day that I want to talk about a little bit. I was hoping the connection would be good because I definitely messed around with my computer a little bit more and got rid of a lot of stuff that was on my computer. So hopefully I can have a good live and talk with you guys. Um, I tried to go on early, but I know that it's still super late in a lot of places. So I don't know how people are going to come in here, but I just wanted to talk because I feel like I always come in here and just kind of talk about things like that are, um, I don't know. I just kind of come in here and talk about off the cuff things. I just kind of come in here and talk about something that's happening in the moment, like imminent. And I just feel like that's kind of cheating people that have been around me for a long time. And um, I just feel very drawn to Michael, and I feel very drawn to a lot of stuff that's happening right now. And I feel that I honestly, as you guys, and I hate to make these about me because it's like not really about me. Um, I mean, this has never been about me specifically. I think it's about all of us. But I don't want to make this particular live about me necessarily. But I just feel like you guys know I do a lot of stuff. I'm pretty busy. I run a business and I'm working and I have a lot going on in my life. And I gave myself priority versus like just doing things that I thought I had to do like years ago. And that's cool. That's fine because you should definitely take time for yourself. I think it's healthy to create those kinds of boundaries for yourself. But I do find myself very much pulled back into the direction of Michael. Not that I was ever pulled away from him because I never was, but I find myself today. Today's the 11-year anniversary that Whitney Houston died, and today it's 11 years exactly. Today it is today. It's very strange experiences since this life. I've had a lot of things that tell me that it's important for me to communicate with people. So I'm doing this live because I just didn't really feel like pre-recording a video, but I did it. This is just a regular video. So if you're not here live to talk to me, I just hope that you like the message itself resonates with you. Um, I feel like I use this picture that I'm using right now for a reason. This is also obviously an edited photo that was done by of not edited, but just blended together so they can be together. Photo that was done a while ago by someone. I've always enjoyed the photo. I've always thought that this photo of Michael himself, he looks very happy. Because I think even when Michael smiles in a lot of his photos, he looks very sad, like in his eyes. So I feel like in this particular video, he looks very happy. And I think Paris looks very happy in this video, and they look very happy. And I feel like it captures the essence of both of them very much. And I feel like I there are people who are a part of the Michael Jackson community that think Michael is alive. There are part of the people in the Michael Jackson community that think Michael is not alive. It's kind of like an equal divide down the middle. And I can understand both sides, right? I get both sides. I get that a lot of us spent many years like trying to prove that Michael was alive. You have death hoax investigators that still do that. But I want to just say something like completely objectively about a couple of different things. I think that the division that happens in the Michael Jackson community is very unfortunate. I think that Michael Jackson has a lot of fans that are, I always say, and it's probably really inappropriate and really disrespectful and really wrong for me. Hi, Clea. For me to consistently say that, like, Michael has the craziest fans. He has, like, I've never met people that were so crazy. I think it's very irresponsible to say that, right? Um, I don't I don't know that Michael has like the craziest fans or emotionally unstable fans. I think people who are very sensitive to the world and sensitive to the world that we live in and sensitive to things that happen around us, I feel like Michael is someone that has experienced that his whole life. He's very sensitive to the world. When you are born to serve a purpose of healing people, you are by nature very sensitive to them. And I feel it doesn't make you like weak. It doesn't mean you're a weak person. But uh it does make you sensitive. So you feel things on a different level. And I feel like Michael attracts people to him, draws people to him that are themselves healers, that are very sensitive to the world and very sensitive to how they experience things. I wanted to talk on here today. I don't want this to be, I'm trying to just have this be the most mature and responsible conversation. I am going to start making videos again. I thought about this like long and hard. I've been thinking about this for weeks, months even, but really I say in the past like couple weeks, it's weighed very heavy on me if I should try to like make videos again. If I should try, I've always wanted to stop and wait until I felt that people were ready to like handle um that again, because I feel like the last time I made videos that had like real depth to them was right before the pandemic happened. And I felt like I loved doing those videos because I felt like I connected with my audience with my content, and I felt like I had the right people. But I also felt like even still people really weren't ready to hear the truth about things. But I feel like the things that are going on in the world right now, hey Rachel, um, that I can connect with people. I feel like we're at a place in our time right now where we can, like, they're literally shooting things down in the sky right now as we speak. There's a lot happening right now. There are things that are about to happen in this world that people are not going to be able to handle or understand. And I feel like I have a responsibility being the person that I am. And this is not to sound like a narcissist or have a God complex. I just feel like I've spent a lifetime preparing myself to be the kind of leader that can help people understand things. I think that's a huge part of my purpose and who I am. And I feel like I used to get so excited about telling Michael's story, but it fell on deaf ears often because people were not ready to handle such things. And I feel like a lot of people are now ready to understand that. And I feel like when all these projects that's going on with him come out, people will see a different side of him. And maybe I can preface some things with things that I have put together. Not necessarily about Michael faking his death, but I mean, a lot of it to me, that's my conclusion. That's what happened to him. But at the same time, like, I don't want it. It's not always about that. It's not about that end result, that end game. I think it's more about there's a and this I hate to reference this, but there's a Miley Cyrus song called "The Climb," and she talks about like people just focus so much on getting to the top that they ignore the climb, right? And I feel like the climb is so important, even with this and our struggles. And I want to kind of talk about um I want to talk about um I Rachel, I agree with that, and I'm gonna get to that. I definitely feel like that's what's happening too. I feel like they're going to try to start showing us things to confuse us. And I think this is a game that our government, the world's playing right now. And I'll get to that in a minute. But I just want to say that, like, I think that is so important on a spiritual level to understand that Michael, just because he cannot say things, cannot speak things. I want to specifically talk about Pearl Jr., and I'm not talking about her to bash her. I really wish Pearl would like sit down. I mean, she's bold enough to send me her products in a direct message. I wish she would like sit down with me live and have a conversation. I really wish that she would like sit down live and have a conversation that's challenged. And I feel like I want to address like things that she says. Um, I think in terms of people investigating like things that happened to Michael or Michael's story or Michael faking his death, I feel like Pearl Jr. has done a phenomenal job with like finding out facts regarding what happened to Michael. I think that that can't be taken away from her. I feel like that cannot be dismissed. But I saw that she did a live like yesterday. I watched her like I just watch. I don't watch her lives often, but if I'm not doing anything, like I'll watch them because I'm just like someone told me about it. People always send me her lives anyway. I don't even know why, but they do. And someone sent me her live, and I watched it. And in this live that she did, she was very like she makes these like underhanded comments about Michael's paternity to his children. And I feel like, and I know people say that's so petty. Why do you care? Why do you bring it up? The reason why I bring this up and why it's so important to understand Michael was very much controlled his entire career and his entire life. I mean, like, he was very, very controlled from the time that he was able to be a star. Yes, he wanted all those accolades. He wanted the fame. He wanted the fortune. He wanted to be who he became in a very big sense. He did. But people need to understand something. If you're 7 years old and you love what you know that you're talented. You know what you can do. You know what that you know like you have all these great singers that you love, and you know that it's inside of your body to sing and dance. You know that's who you are, or a part of who you are. And people see that and they see that opportunity to cash in on that. And they consistently tell you your entire life, whenever um they build you up to be something, right? If somebody's constantly telling you, if you tell a 2-year-old child from the time they're 2 years old that they're a piece of broccoli, and you tell that you just tell that child that you are a piece of broccoli, as crazy as that sounds, they're going to believe that. Even if they go into the real world and people say, like, oh, no, you're not broccoli, you're a person. They're going to still believe that they're broccoli because they're told that. Michael was told who to be, okay? Similar to how, like, Whitney Houston was told who to be. Celebrities, a lot of child stars are told who to be. And that's fine. That's okay. It's their career. It's how they make money. The problem with that is we all grow and develop at different times and different stages of our life. We all become different people. So when you're going through those pivotal parts in your life when you're changing and you're developing, but you are literally Michael, I don't people don't look if you watch Living with Michael, what bothers me about a lot of Michael's fans is that Living with Michael Jackson, he was so honest about he talked about himself. He talked about things that bother him. He spoke very clear. He said people don't want you to change. They want to keep you in a box. They don't want you to change. He was very adamant about that in this documentary. I mean, he mentioned it a lot, how people don't want you to change. They don't want you to evolve. They want to keep you in a box. He said that with like so much pain in his voice. It is so irresponsible for people like Pearl Jr. or me or any person that I'm not saying you have to kiss Michael's ass or blow smoke up his ass. I'm not saying that. But it is very irresponsible if Michael does a documentary, okay, in which he wants to set the record straight about who he is, about his sexuality, about who he is as a man, a person first. And he goes on this documentary and he tells the whole world and says, my children are from my sperm cells. I think it is absolutely irresponsible for any person that is reporting on him, any person that says they care about him. Who the fuck are we to challenge that? Who are we to come behind him and say that those are not his biological kids? She did this live yesterday. And at one point, she said Debbie told multiple tabloids that Michael was not the biological father of his children. And then she says, well, duh, we know that. That is so fucking irresponsible to me. First of all, that is not true. A woman that Debbie was friends with, I'm gonna set this record straight right now. Just in case someone's listening that actually believes the shit that comes out of Pearl Jr.'s mouth, there was a woman who was friends with Debbie who worked for a tabloid. When Michael, quote unquote, died in 2009, this lady came out with an interview that said, Debbie said that she would not fight for custody of Prince and Paris, and that she said that Prince and Paris was not Michael Jackson's children. Debbie fucking sued that lady. It said that she was a liar. She said, I never told her that. I never had an interview with that. She sued that lady and won the lawsuit because she said she has never told a soul that Michael was not the biological child. She said, I have never said that. She said, tabloids have been saying this since him and I went to court for a trial. She said, because of the custody thing, she said, I have never told anybody that Michael is not the biological father of my two children. She said that is not true. She said, Michael is the biological father and I was the surrogate. I carried the children. She said, that is the arrangement that we had. I've never told. And people like Pearl and these people that find this false narrative, it's like you can't get pissed off at Dan Reed. You can't get mad at Dan Reed. You can't get mad at Oprah. You can't get mad at tabloid people for saying things about Michael, but you are doing the same shit. I don't know if her followers are stupid. I don't know if they're crazy. I don't know what the hell is wrong with these people because she's being hypocritical. If you love Michael and you sit there and you say that you're an activist for Black people, and you have some serious issues with being a Black woman in this country, clearly, okay? Which I'm a Black woman in this country too. I get it. I'm almost 40 years old. I get it. Even back then I didn't get it, but I get it. I get it. Okay? I get it. But you cannot take your issues out on someone that you are saying that you're trying to help. It is irresponsible and it is unfair. You have a problem with Michael's daughter because she has blonde hair, blue eyes, and white skin. She's a passing biracial child, and you target her, and you say things about her, and you make disgusting comments about her. And this is why I have a problem trusting Pearl. I try to think that she is doing investigative journalism, that I try to say, you know what, she's on our side, she's trying to help us. But this is why I have a problem with her. Because she pushes this narrative that Brandon Howard is Michael's son based off of music. I used to be friends with Brandon. I don't give a fuck what he said about not knowing me. Him and I were friends. I have the conversations to prove it. We were friends. Brandon tried to push that same narrative on me that he was Michael's son without actually saying it. But I caught Brandon in lies, so I never exposed him for what I could expose him for. But I caught him in lies, okay? So I left it alone. I don't know whose kid he is. I left it alone. Okay? I left it alone. She tries to push this narrative that Brandon Howard is Michael's biological child, but then she tries to say shit to slight Michael's real children. Okay? She's like, oh, his kids don't get any money. That is not true. Michael's children get money at different stages of their lives. They get different. They don't not get money until they're 35. That's not true. They get money at different stages. Okay. They literally like just the things that she says is crazy. He says she says in the will it says he purposely omits to providing for his heirs, but then she says the will is not real. Michael says he purposely provides, purposely won't provide for his heirs, but it was like an additional thing. And he said any heirs that may come forward, not Prince, not Paris, not BG. Michael's children are literally the benefactors of his money, literally. I don't think that that will is real anyway. I think it's forged. I think that there is a real will out there, but everything that Michael has done has been for his children. There is an absolute reason why I drive this home, and I'm going to get to why I drive this home. Okay, it is completely irresponsible. We are I'm not saying that you have to defend like lies about Michael. You can't have an opinion. If you have an honest opinion that Michael is not the biological father of his children, that is like fine. That's okay to have that opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to believe that. But I think that Pearl, she talks about all this research she does. It's completely ridiculous to be so ignorant to look at someone's skin color. If you look at this picture that I have of Michael and Paris right here on my screen, Michael clearly has a surgically enhanced nose on this screen, okay? You can clearly see that his nose is done. Paris has a Caucasian nose. She has no nose job, okay? Their noses are different because Michael has, obviously, surgery. Look at their other features. They have the same mouth. They have the same face shape. Michael did not get a fucking face transplant. He got some work done on his face. Mostly, he didn't get a face transplant. He looks exactly the same as he did in the 80s in this picture. He literally just has lighter skin. He just has lighter skin. He has his nose, you know. But if you look at their faces are absolutely identical. They have the same eye shape. They have the same mouth. They have the same head shape. She looked exactly like her father, just like him. But even if you don't think so, even if you don't see it, that's okay. But I know that personally, I know for a fact that Paris has had deep psychological issues because of people saying that Michael is not her father. I feel like when we do things like that, we interfere with things that are meant. If you believe that Michael is alive, if you're a person that thinks that Michael is still alive and kicking, why would you try to create that kind of problem between him and his children? Why would you try to create that kind of divide? People hate Debbie. She hates Debbie Rowe. Debbie looks horrible. Debbie had cancer. Debbie looks bad because she had cancer. She literally almost died of cancer. You're a woman. You are a woman. Why are you going on live and talking about the physical looks of somebody that had cancer? Because you don't like her. You don't like her. You don't like her. You don't have to like her. Michael chose Debbie to have his children. It is completely crazy and irrational to me for you to obsess over Brandon Howard being Michael's son. But for some crazy reason, so he had this baby with Mickey Howard, right? He had this baby with me, and then for some crazy reason, got drugged 3 times and had these white kids. It's not logical. And I don't like Pearl because Pearl negates from her own theories because she doesn't want to face facts about things. I can see if she said Michael had no kids, but she swears up and down that Brandon Howard is Michael's child. Why the fuck would he have a child with Mickey Howard and then just decide to adopt 3 white kids? How would that benefit him? If Michael was that kind of person that hated being black, why the fuck do you like him? Why do you respect him? He didn't hate being black. Michael is a proud black man. It's evident. What about Michael Jackson? His is whitewashed. His skin was bleached because he has vitiligo to even out his skin color. I never, to me, I never got the impression that Michael Jackson was like some whitewashed person. He very much loved everything about who he was as a black man. So the narrative that he had, I'm sorry, and then people try to say, well, oh, well, Jermaine's kids and Randy's kids and other kids are not that light. First of all, Michael's siblings did not have kids with white people. Jafar, Your Majesty, Alejandra, those are their mother is Hispanic. She's not white. Debbie Rowe is Nordic white. This is why his kids look like that. I just hate. And then you have like Marlon's grandkids who look just as white as Paris, but nobody says anything. They have cousins in Joe's family that have light blue eyes, blonde hair, light skin. Paris is not the only person in that family that looks like that. Joe has all on his side. If you're going to report on something, report on all of it, not parts that fit your narrative. Okay? I don't need to push an agenda that Paris, Prince, and Blanket are Michael's biological children. But I will say this. Michael, I'm gonna circle back to what I was saying, okay? Michael had everything fucking taken from him. His children are the only aspect of his life that are his. Why do you want to hurt him by trying to take that from him? Do you think that Michael, the people in this room, do people that are in Pearl Circle, do Michael's fans honestly fucking believe that this man would be okay with people consistently saying that he did not father his kids? Why would you fucking take his manhood from him like that? It is that serious. If Michael said in that interview, these are my children from my own sperm cells, that should be enough for you to respect what he said and leave it alone. Pearl has no evidence that Michael is not the biological children of his kids. She is making an assumption, and it talks about facts. Facts is a fucking DNA test. When you can show me a DNA test that says that he or he's not the father of those kids, then you can say whatever you want. But you can't show a DNA test because you don't have one. On the other hand, I have seen proof about things, okay? So you just need to leave it alone and just stop it because it's not okay. And I know that it is something that is very hurtful. And if you think that Michael is dead, you think he's not alive anymore, that's even fucking worse because you're taking away from him. Okay? Michael Jackson was, whatever, however you see it, wherever you stand, the world's greatest entertainer. He touched the lives of millions of people, and today he still touches the lives of millions of people. Okay, he is influential on so many levels. He just, and it's like, why? He's talented. He's talented. He can sing. He can dance. There are people who can dance better. There are people who can sing better. This is a fact. It's absolute fact. But he has it. Do you know why he has it? Because he's a leader. He is chosen. He is special. He is chosen to do something. We all, throughout our lifetimes, have people that are chosen for a message, okay? And what bothers me is when I sit back and I observe everything, people are so obsessed with like the image of Michael Jackson, this pop icon and this musical icon. They don't see the other side of him, the true side that we are supposed to be paying attention to, the true things that he said, disclosed, wanted us to listen to. They don't see that because they refuse to acknowledge it. So you have Michael that cannot physically be here to talk about these things and still continue the message of these things. But you now have his 24-year-old daughter who is saying things, who is talking about things, who is showing things. not just love songs, but the things that we need to understand about what's happening in our world right now. Okay? So when you diminish that, when you sit there and you get mad at Dan Reed and you say Dan Green and Wade Robson and Save Chuck and blah blah blah, when you say stuff like that, but then you turn around in that same conversation and say Michael lied, I can see if Michael never addressed his kids being his, but he did. He addressed it. He said in the documentary, "These are my kids from my sperm cells." He said it. So he felt it was necessary for him to make that clear. You cannot say that you defend Michael and everything that he says, but then turn around and act like he is some fucking freak who just randomly adopted. It's so insulting. It's so insulting. If you think that this black man would just adopt 3 white kids, he wouldn't give a fuck about black kids. He wouldn't care about kids of color. I don't believe that. I think Michael would adopt kids that are in need of him. Michael didn't have 200 white kids running around fucking Neverland. He didn't. 90% of the kids he had around Neverland were inner city black children, children of color, Hispanic, brown children. That should tell you everything that you need to know. If he was going to adopt kids, I highly doubt he would adopt 3 privileged white children that can get adopted by any family. If you think he's that kind of person, who are you? Who are you really? Who are you? If you think that about him, it infuriates me. It infuriates me. Because you cannot say that you love and support him, but then push this fucking like white supremacist narrative about him. That he was literally a white supremacist. That he would only adopt 3 white kids. And you can't say that Debbie okay, so you're saying Debbie drugged him, and she was saying last night he got molested in Debbie and Arnold Klein's office. She was saying all kinds of crazy shit on her live, okay? But she was saying how like Debbie made sure Michael was drugged so she can get pregnant with 2 white kids. Okay, so how do you explain BG? Because BG literally has nothing to do with Debbie. So he went and got that. He went and got him in the fucking Dominican Republic. Okay, so you're saying that Michael's white supremacist then? You're saying he doesn't like black people then? Because if Michael has to go adopt kids from the Dominican Republic or wherever the fuck she said, or Costa Rica, and he has to go adopt 2 white kids, you are fucking saying that Michael Jackson is a fucking white supremacist. You're saying that. You're saying that. That's what you're saying. That's what you're meaning. And I don't believe that about him. I think that if Michael was going to adopt kids, he would adopt kids of color because he understands the plight of children of color. I think he loves all children, no matter what their color is. But I do not believe that black man would do that. And it's disgusting that he has to defend because of how his children look. Paris is a biracial woman. She might be passing, but she's a fucking black woman. And it is disgusting to diminish her. It's racist to diminish her because her skin is light and her hair, she dyes her hair blonde, and because she has blue or green eyes. It's wrong as fuck to do that to her. She's a woman. You don't get to define a woman or who she should be because of what her fucking mother looks like. It's not right. It's wrong because she listens to rock music. She is a black woman. She's biracial, but she's black. And you don't get to take that from her because you have some kind of fucking issues with yourself and how you look. I'm sick of it and it's wrong. Because it's the same shit they did to Michael. You are doing the same shit to her that you did to him. Was she supposed to dye her skin black? Or should she go tan? What should she do? She can't help how she looks. Michael cried on Oprah. I can't help it. I can't help it. And I know for a fact that Paris has cried and said that she can't help how she looks. She looks in the mirror and it took her years to love what she saw staring back at her. People have made that child hate herself because of how she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. It's not even her skin color or her Nordic features. Paris is a beautiful woman. She's fucking stunning. And it took years for her to love herself because fans, Michael Jackson fucking fans, made that girl think that she is not good enough because of how she looks. That is her, that is his baby. Do you guys understand that? That is his child. She is part of him. You cannot say that you love Michael and respect who he is as a person and diminish what he created. We should embrace his children. We should take care of them. We should, the outside world, people who are non Michael Jackson fans, drag Michael's kids all the time. It is so wrong. If we have a platform, we should be defending Pearl. Even if in her fucking mind she believed that Paris was 100% white, she should never allow that to leave her fucking mouth on her platform if she is defending Michael. Even if she thinks it, she should say, no, that's his baby. That's his baby. You don't push a narrative because you know what it pushes? When you say that he didn't have biological children, you're pushing a fucking narrative that Michael molested kids. But no, you want to throw in that Brandon Howard is his biological child, which is ridiculous. So I don't understand something. Even if he was Brandon's father, what the fuck? How are you defending him being a negligent dad? How is that okay? So you're literally making him be a negligent, self-hating black man. Is what you're saying. You're saying he hates being black. You're saying he doesn't like his lineage. You're saying he neglected his child. Do you know Brandon was like living in fucking crack houses when he was little? He told me that with his own mouth. His mother was strung out on drugs. So you think that that's okay that he allowed his child to be living in crack houses and shit. You think that's okay. You defend that. Okay, cool. I'm not going to spend this whole live talking about this, but I just want to make that perfectly clear. That will never be acceptable for me. And every fucking time she does that, I'm going to call her out. And I don't care what she says. I don't care if she gets pissed off. I don't care if she gets mad. I don't care. You don't do that. If you want to have a live debate Pearl about this, we can go. We can go live. We can be respectful. We don't have to swear. We don't have to yell. I would gladly debate you on this entire topic because it's fucking wrong. It's not right. This is about Michael. This is about Michael. I don't think Michael's perfect. I know he's not perfect. I question many things, many choices he has made, particularly about his kids. I think he just made mistakes when it came. I think he made a bad call when it comes to. I don't want to get into that. Because I don't want to criticize him being a father because that's a very sensitive subject. But I feel like he did the best he could with what he had at the time, what was in front of him. I think he made choices thinking something else was going to be the result, and that's not what happened. And he can't change the past, and I think it's hurtful. I think that there's pain in those relationships. I think Paris carries a lot of pain. I think there's a lot of things, and I will just say that I hope that she finds peace. I believe Michael is still very much amongst us, and I hope that they can work that out. Okay? But I just think Pearl's very fucking confused when it comes to that. And she just grinds my gears when she says that shit about his kids because it's not right. It's completely contradictory because it's like, how could you say that Michael is Brandon's father, but like he left his kid to be with a crack? Mickey Howard was strung out on drugs. So he left his fucking child in the care of a drug addict? Well, how does that make him father of the fucking year? So you leave your black child with a drug addict and then proceed to go adopt white ones. Him and Lisa literally got a divorce. This is what I understand about Pearl. Him and Lisa split up because she would not have his kids. Why the fuck? Michael could have, if he was going to adopt white kids, he could have just went and adopted them while he was with her and kept her. He could have said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to just go adopt kids then. And they would have stayed together. It's not logical. It makes no sense at all. None. But she will never answer to that logic because she can't, because it doesn't fit her narrative. It doesn't fit the narrative that those kids belong to Michael. How could you watch an interview with Paris? How could you say you know Michael and you love Michael since she was? You know what she said on her live last night? She said she was 6 years old and she said Michael did not hang out with little girls, only little boys. Okay, and she said because this is, I swear to God, guys, you can go listen to this live. What she said that Michael was sexualized by everyone, and he didn't hang out with little girls because he was sexualized. Because when she was in second grade, she would have been in love. She would have had that. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Do you know what you're saying? You would have had that? What? I swear to God, she said on her live. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you even say something like that when you know what he's accused of? Michael hung out with little girls and little boys. The media only showed little boys. Get your fucking facts straight. She literally said it on her live. I swear to God. She's like, I would have had that. And I was like, what? I would have wrote him love notes when I was in second grade. I was 6 years. I was like, wait, what? It was just weird. Don't take my word for it. Go listen to her live. Go listen to it. Don't take my word for it. Go listen to it. And I was just like, dude, what? I can't. Like, that's a whole nother conversation I just can't. I can't deal with it. Okay. So I just had to say that. Yeah, it's like 6. I think that he'd be a little bit older than her, but it's just weird that she would say that. I was like, what? Like, I don't know what's going on in her brain. Did you guys hear her say that? It was weird as fuck. I was like, why would she was like, Michael was sexualized. He was sexualized. And when I was in second grade, I would have wanted that too. And I'm like, why would you even say that shit? You know, maybe she didn't mean it like that. Maybe it just came out wrong. I don't know. But just that she doesn't think before she speaks. It's demented and it's fucking weird. I 100%, I believe that Paris is Michael's biological child. I really do. I really, really honestly believe that all of Michael's kids are biologically his. I have seen something to suggest at least one of them is, but I believe that they all are his. And if people don't believe that, that's fine. It is okay if she doesn't think that. We can all have our opinions. I am not mad if people have those opinions. But Pearl has a platform. She has a platform. When you are projecting that out to your followers that you know, right? There's no evidence to show either not. And when I heard her say that, I was like, I can't fucking believe that she said that. She literally said that. It was so disgusting and weird. You know, I just feel like you guys, you know what? YouTube is filtering things that you guys type. It's so weird. Like when you guys when you say things about race, it's like sending me a message saying like it's weird. I don't know why it's like filtering. I've never experienced that. I have to like approve your comments. Exactly, Kimmy doll. Exactly. I'm not ignoring you guys. I just was like trying to get through that and say that. But like, yeah, Prince looks just like Samuel. Prince looks like Sam. He looks like Randy Jackson Jr. Also, then she said that Dante was probably Michael's too. Like okay, wait. So she said in her live last night too that she thought Dante was Michael's child too, which I don't know. Maybe Dante is. But my whole thing is, so you think Dante is Michael's child, right? But you think that Dante is Michael's child. You think that Brand is she is saying that Michael is a white supremacist. She is saying that he is because why the fuck would he give Dante to Alejandra and Randy and give Brandon? Why would he not take care of his Black children? It's pissing me off. Why would he give away his Black children? But you say, she has, Pearl has a weird agenda, man. I'm telling you, something is not right because she underhandedly says shit like this. So it's like, why would he give away his Black children and adopt white ones? But you love him so much. You love, no, you, I don't know what her agenda is. And I try to like say, like, maybe she doesn't have a bad agenda. I really try to not go, I don't want to, because I've seen Pearl do a lot of good research, a lot of good stuff. So I try not to like, I try not to go there and try to like say that. But it's weird as fuck how she tries to push this narrative that Michael did not want to be Black or he didn't want anything to do with Black people. It's just weird. Do you guys want to? I'm gonna show you guys. I'm so afraid. I think I can't do it because it'll mess up my live. But let me see if I can. I can't do it. I'm gonna post some stuff later and show you guys some things later. But if you guys were to see like my niece who is biracial, when she was a baby, she looked white as fuck. Everyone thought she was white. You know, and she's not, she's mixed, but she looks, my niece looks white as hell when she was a baby, you know? So anyway, I'm not on here to like, I am not on here to argue the paternity of Michael's kids. I'm not on here to talk about Pearl. I just wanted to clear that up and get that out of the way. Like, I don't know what's going on with Pearl. If you're a follower of hers, like, I don't care if that's fine. But this is going to segue into what I want to really talk about. Like, guys, there is shit happening in our world right now that is crazy. Okay. There is some crazy stuff happening in our world right now. They are shooting things out of the fucking sky. Now, I don't know if you guys were watching my videos back in 2019 when I was doing those videos about can you feel it? And I was saying how like there was something that was coming. And because I saw the star alignments, and I was seeing things in the sky, and I was like, guys, something is happening, something's coming. And that was like back in 2019, 2020. That's last time I really did videos, okay? And I was right, because right after I did those videos is when the fucking world just changed. COVID happened. There was just so many things that happened when I did those videos, okay? So I am having that feeling again. They are shooting unidentified objects out of the sky. During the COVID pandemic, there was documentations released from the government stating that UFOs were in fact real. Okay? Nobody paid attention to that. Some people did, but most people didn't pay attention to any of that stuff. They kind of ignored it. When I look at Michael Jackson's Escape album cover, I did an analysis on the Escape album cover, and I talked about how Michael was trying to talk about, Captain EO, another part of me, all these things regarding like the space, the earth. Michael was trying to tell us something for a very long time. I believe that there is going to be some stuff happening this year that is very cataclysmic, very big. I don't like to fear monger, and I'm not trying to do that at all. But I honestly believe that there are like a lot of crazy things that are about to happen. And I think that like it is so imperative that I think Michael tried to warn people for so long about this. I honestly think that a lot of what we're experiencing right now is because of what he saw or what he knows. And I think that like this is what makes me think that I want to start making videos again, because I was like, okay, you know what? I have got to start talking about this. I have got to start covering this because I believe that Michael is like a conduit to truth. I really do. And I don't know that him dying or having a death hoax has anything to do with that. I think that Michael faked his death or left because he had to. I think there was an attempt made on his life. I don't think Michael just I don't believe that Michael faked his death to get away from just people, or I don't believe that. He was at the height of his career. Okay, I don't believe that's what happened. I think Michael left to get away for like to save his kids in that respect. I don't think he left to get away just because he was like, oh, well, I don't want to be a singer anymore. I don't want to perform. I don't believe that at all. I think something very dark and bad happened. And I feel like Michael was trying to warn people with this is it. I honestly, and I'm just like, dude, like I don't know. Like I just, oh baby, I just, I feel that in my body. Do you guys know? Does anybody here? Can anybody here tell me the exact date of the O2 press conference by Michael Jackson? What was the O2 press conference? Was it March 15th or March 12th? And was it 2009 or 2009, right? March 5th, 2009. Hi, Dancing the Dream. How are you? Okay, March 5th. So, guys, I'm thinking that that's going to be 14 years. Um, I think we need to look out for March 5th. I think March 5th, something really big is going to happen. Um, I think that, um, yeah, March 5th. There was a NASA. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my God. What? Okay. I think that, March 5th, something's going to happen. That is in what, a couple weeks? Um, I need to research that. You're 100% sure that it was March 5th, right? Hi, Judy. March, how many years ago? Um, OT press conference was March 5th. I want to watch that O2 press conference again tonight because we're missing something. 2009. Okay, so it says here. Yep, it was 13 years, 11 months ago. So March 5th, 2009, March 5th, 2023 is going to be 14 years since the O2 press conference. I am willing to fucking bet that something is going to happen on March 5th. Don't have high anxiety. I think that it's not going to be like something that's really like, yes. Let me see something. March 5th, 2020. You guys know it's been exactly 11 years today since Whitney Houston died. And also, February 11th, 2023 equals an 11. Um, what day is the Super Bowl? March 5th, 2023. National days. Namesake day. National Cheese Doodle Day. Fun facts about namesake. I think February is a leap year this year too. Absinthe. What is Absinthe Day? What does Absinthe Day mean? Absinthe. Wait, what? 64. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tomorrow's a Super Bowl? Really? Oh shit. I'm surprised they even dude. Are they safe to even have a Super Bowl? All these things like falling out of the sky. Oh my god, that's scary as hell. Absence definition. I have to do some stuff, some research, but I think March 5th is going to be something that happens in the news. Um I feel that. I didn't even know the Super Bowl was tomorrow. I completely didn't even like know that. I had no idea about that. Um I need to do I need to make some videos. I don't even have a program to make videos anymore. I have no idea how I'm even gonna make a video because I haven't made a video in like literally like 3 years. But I can't do it live. I need to make an actual video, so I have to find a program to make a video. But I want to. I think that um 2023 is I don't know why like back in the day, I used to always think about 2023 when I was thinking about like the hoax. Wasn't that movie called The Number 23 with Jim Carrey? Was it The Number 23? Number 23. The number 23. I need to watch that. My phone just died. Rihanna's on her halftime show tomorrow. Um, I think that a lot of stuff is just going to be fucking going down. Like I am like 100% confident that like this year is going to be so crazy. Like the numbers, how they align. I saw that they were considering selling his catalog, but I don't know how. I've not seen an official announcement from the estate that they're selling it or not. She said last night on her live that like Michael's kids get no money at all, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Michael's kids get money from his estate. What are you talking about? They only have money they earned when they were kids. I was like, what? I think that his kids they got $1 million when they turned 18. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like, oh my god, yeah, 2023 is a 7. Yes, and today's date equals an 11. And today's the day that Whitney Houston died 11 years ago, which I had a dream about Whitney Houston that was so crazy that she was like hugging me and telling me something. I didn't understand it, but now I understand exactly what she was saying in that dream. I'm just ready. I just can't sit down idly anymore and just let. No, yeah, because it's over time they get money. But she said they haven't gotten anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? They haven't gotten anything. Yes, they have. Part of their inheritance starts at certain ages. They get certain amount of money every couple. I think the full amount of money they get at 35 or something. But they started getting money at 18. What is she talking about? I don't know where she gets her information from. His kids haven't gotten any. That's ridiculous. Of course, dude. Where do you think Prince got a $2 million home from? Prince has a $2 million home. Paris's house costs like $3 million. They have multiple cars. Where are they getting the money from to buy these houses and shit? She's like, oh, they only have money from like their money. I'm like, what? That's ridiculous. Of course they're getting money from his estate. They have their inheritances come at certain ages. Yeah, they didn't get it all at 18. I think they get like different amounts depending on their age. But she said they haven't gotten any money at all from his estate, like nothing. I don't know where this woman gets her fucking information from that she thinks that like his kids, each of those kids are worth like $140 million. But what is she talking about? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like I don't understand how she thinks. 123, 123. Whoa. I just do. This is too much. Um, do you guys feel like you think people? I'm gonna ask people on this. I'm gonna pose this question for people in the room. You think Michael is still alive, but do you think that like do you feel like what is your interest in what is your interest in Michael as far as him faking his death? Like, do you want to know why, how? Are you interested in his overall what he tried to tell people? What is it that you're actually like interested in knowing concerning like Michael? Like, what drives you to like to come to like a live or go to Pearl's live or watch a Death Hoax video? Yes. Hi, Mink. Okay, that's cool. I just joined. So she's marrying the descendant to language from the family. They want Catherine to have her full share so they can get some from her, but currently yeah, they haven't distributed all the money, of course. Yes. Hi, Brandy. Just joined chat. Wasn't sure knowing the right reason why the truth in his message. Well, his message and his truth is can be found like right within him. With what he says, but the why is I think what gets a lot of people too trying to figure out exactly why this happened, for sure. I can't imagine. Before this happened, I wasn't a Michael Jackson fan at all. I can't imagine being like a fan of his art and then having like what happened to him happen. I'm sure that must have been devastating to like be this is like the greatest singer you've ever known. You want to see him in concert, you want to experience him at least once in your life, and then he's just gone. I can't imagine how devastating that was to people, to fans. I can't imagine how much it hurt, you know? And I really do like I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I was out today. I'm just like really tired. I do sympathize with that, and I can't imagine what that feels like to not be able to experience that, and it's probably very painful for his fans. And like I get it, and I understand like that the thought of Michael like coming back but not performing, not like being able to be himself. I can totally understand why that'd be very disheartening to fans. I totally understand that. But I just think people should understand that it's just not about that because that entertainer, that pop star, that shit died on June 25th. Like his life was never going to be the same again. Never. Never. Even if he's still alive, he's never going to be the person that can go on tour and like make music. He can't. First of all, he's too damn old and I'm even like be doing all that. But even if he wasn't, even if he had best health, optimal health, Michael is like that's not who he is anymore. And I think a lot of people have a hard time like getting away from that. Unfortunately. But I'm gonna try to make my first video in a long time tonight. But I have to go and do some research and a couple of things up. So it might be a little bit sketchy and like weird and not the best, like, not the best production. But I'm gonna try to like make a video and like try to talk about some concerns that I have and put it in video form and put it out. So let's hope that it like looks okay, that it looks good. Exactly, Kimmy. So I'm gonna get off of here so I can go and do that. I just wanted to come on here tonight and just like talk about like that. I want to talk to you guys and have conversations about things, but I feel like I have to go back and look at my stuff and go back and I am Michael's awareness of what truly was going on. Well, like I said, they're shooting down unidentified things all over the fucking world right now. This is some serious stuff. There are things happening right now, and I'm like, this is like what he warned us of. What? ET, honey. Michael is highly into it. Absolutely. I think Michael saw something years ago that really fucking scared him. I really do. So I'm glad you guys came in to talk to me, and I'm glad you guys came in here to listen. I'm gonna leave this up so you guys can listen to it again if you want to. I'm not gonna take the video down or anything. I mean, it might cause a lot of controversy. I'm sorry, but yeah, I just had to call her out because Pearl just needs to she needs to focus on what we're trying to focus on. Focus on the fucking meaning of what's happening and stop focusing on shit like paternity. Quit focusing on things that are hurting him. Why do you care about trying to hurt him? I don't like that. You know? So okay, I'm gonna pop off of here. Wish me luck on my video creation. I'm gonna post it and I hope it's not too bad. I'm rusty. I'm very rusty, but I'm going to try to post a video and hopefully I'll have it up in the morning. Okay. I love you guys so, so much. And I appreciate you for listening. And I appreciate you just understanding where I'm coming. And I just hope, if Pearl listens to this, I'm not trying to bash her or anything like that. I hope she understands that with her platform comes responsibility. She needs to be more responsible for what she says because those words can hurt people. And they can hurt Michael, and they can hurt Paris, and they can hurt Prince, they can hurt BG. Those words can hurt people. Okay? I love you guys, and be kind to one another and be safe wherever you are. Always take God with you and be very careful because this world's crazy right now. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.